this is Trevor Dolden.
And Cycle to Memory Master.
Cycle to Memory Master Jr. This is his test for his Cycle to Memory Master, right after his first year of classical conversations. So your first question, tell me about Charlemagne.
In 800 AD, during the medieval period, Pope Leo III crowned Charlemagne Holy Roman Emperor of Europe.
Good job. Tell me about William the Conqueror.
After the church split into Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox, William the Conqueror defeated King Harold of England in 1066 and started feudalism. After the church split.
Tell me about the Crusades.
Eleanor of Aquitaine and her son Richard the Lion-Hearted fought the Turks for Jerusalem. During the time of the Crusades, Richard ruled from 1095 to 1291.
Good job. Tell me about the Magna Carta.
English King John signed Magna Carta in 1215, limiting the king's power. Later, England's king, the third crown to be king of France, and began the 100 Years' War in 1337.
Good job. Tell me about the 100 Years' War.
During the 100 Years' War, Joan of Arc and King Charles VII led the French to defeat England at the Battle of Orleans. In the late 1340s, fleas of rats carried the plague which killed 1 out of 3 Europeans.
Very good. Now, tell me about the Renaissance.
During the Renaissance period, from 1350 to 1600, Da Vinci was a famous inventor. Shakespeare was a famous playwright. Michelangelo was a famous artist. And Copernicus was a famous scientist.
Good job. Tell me about the Reformation.
In 1517, Martin Luther began the Protestant Reformation by printing the 95 Theses that made Pope Leo X. Let's communicate and later John Calvin joined the Reformation, and this is how it all began. In 1517, Martin Luther began the Protestant Reformation.
Good job. Tell me about European exploration.
During the late 1400s and the mid 1500s, Diaz rounded the Cape of Good Hope. Amerigo Vespucci sailed to the Americas. Balboa crossed Central America to the Pacific. Magellan's crew sailed around the globe. And Coronado explored the American Southwest.
Good job. Tell me about the age of the absolute monarchs.
1500s into 1700s, Henry VIII of England, Louis XIV of France, and Philip II of Spain, and Peter the Great of Russia, and Frederick the Great of Prussia, ruled during the age of absolute monarchs.
Very well.
I heard you.
Tell me about the history of Russia.
Vladimir the Great brought Christianity to Russia in the 900s. The late 1300s, Tsar Ivan the Great built the Kremlin in Moscow. Catherine the Great expanded in West Russia in the late 1700s, 900s, 1400s, 1700s. I'm thirsty.
Okay, we'll get you a drink in a second. A few more weeks.
Tell me about the French Revolution.
In 1789, the French Revolution began. Resistance from the Bastille and fought for the cultivation of the rights of man. Later, during the reign of terror, the restaurant's heads were removed by the guillotine.
Good job. Tell me about the Battle of Waterloo.
Napoleon, Bonaparte of the French Empire, was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo by British General Wellington. Soon after the War of 1812 in the United States.
Tell me about the Industrial Revolution.
What steam engine, like power loop, and Whitney Scott and Jim spurred the Industrial Revolution that began in the 1760s.
Perfect so far. Now, tell me about World War I leaders.
World War I, Axis leaders were what? Clement of France, Lord George of England, Nicholas II of Russia, and Wilhelm II of Germany, and Wilson of the United States were leaders during World War I, which started in 1914 and ended in 1918.
Excellent. Perfect. Tell me about World War I countries.
World War I countries. Great Britain,
Yes.
France, and Russia were allies and fought against Austria-Hungary and Germany, which were called the Central Powers. In 1917, the U.S. entered the war, assisting allies who fought against Austria-Hungary and Germany, which were called the Central Powers.
Good job. Way to work through it, buddy. Tell me how World War II began.
World War II began when Hitler invaded Poland to engage in the healthiest in the Pacific Front. Was the Battle of Midway, dropping atomic bombs in Hiroshima on May 2nd, 1945.
Excellent. And tell me about World War II leaders.
World War II, Allied leaders were Axis leaders were Hitler of Germany, Toto of Japan, Mussolini of Italy. World War II, Allied leaders were Churchill of England, Roosevelt of Eisenhower, and MacArthur of the U.S. and Stalin of the USSR.
Good job. Tell me about the United Nations.
In 1945, after the League of Nations failed to prevent World War II, American President Roosevelt, British Prime Minister Churchill, and USSR Premier Stalin began the United Nations.
Excellent. Tell me about the Korean War.
In 1950, General Douglas offered the UN troops to stop dominance in North Korea and capturing all of South Korea during the Korean War. Stop!
Tell me about the Vietnam War.
In 1965, President Johnson sent U.S. troops to stop communist North Vietnam from capturing all of South Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
Tell me about the end of the Cold War.
In 1990, President Bush sent troops in
1980.
In 1980, President Johnson.
Ask him the question again, honey.
Tell me about the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War in the 1980s. Oh! strengthen integrative movement.
Awesome. Perfect. Now, tell me about the fall of communism.
In 1989, the communist dictators began to fall in Eastern Europe. Soviet President Gorbachev refused to button up with military force.
Good job. Tell me about the Gulf War.
The Gulf War. In 1990, President Bush sent troops into the Gulf to expel Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein from Kuwait in the Gulf War.
And last one. Tell me about apartheid ended.